All right, so I'm watching this live that Amani's doing right now, the Hood Healer, and it's kind of putting me into a space of contemplation beyond the initial rage, right? So I think I absolutely needed to be exactly where I was today. I do not regret it. I will never say that I regret it at all in any way, shape, or form. I will say that tomorrow, although I have committed to going again tomorrow to these protests, I am going to say that I'm a bit nervous to guide people into protesting tomorrow, because again, the way that we've seen the reaction that the state is having to being held accountable, right? Because that's what we're at. We're at a reckoning right now where we all understand what the fuck this is. Like, this is, if you don't know what's going on at this point, like, you're on the wrong side of history. You don't give a fuck. You're too comfortable to care. Whatever the fuck your reason is, you don't care. So, cool. So the reaction, which we would hope in our efforts of solidarity and camaraderie with one another, in the efforts that we've seen today, in what I felt in Miami, which honestly, quite honestly, Miami's super anti-Black. And I have never, ever felt so much like community for, like, in solidarity for the Black community of Miami. Like, I've never felt that or seen that with my own two eyes or my spirit. So the fact that that happened today, the fact that this happened around the nation, again, in the middle of a fucking pandemic. Let's be real with the fact that we're in an apocalyptic state right now. So the fact that everyone still had the capacity to show up for each other proves the level of empathy and love that we are capable of, right? But the way that these people, that the system, these systems, the police, whether it's police, white supremacy, the current administration, the U.S. government in its entirety, whatever the fuck monster of evil it is behind it, or all of them together, working together, which is also true. They've proven the way that they're going to show up, right? So they are going to meet love and empathy with tear gas. They're going to meet love and empathy with rubber bullets. They're going to meet love and empathy with hoses, batons, firearms, tanks, right? Because remember, we have the strongest military in the world. That's why we're the strongest, right? That's why we're number one. Is because we have all of the firepower possible to exterminate whatever we don't like, whatever we think is inconvenient, whatever is causing our profits to lower, right? And so abroad, we call it freedom when we go abroad and we, dismantle these lands and these governments and these people and terrorize other countries, right? We call it freedom, like making sure we have our freedom. But what do we call it when our own protectors are used against us on home ground, when they know that the motherfuckers who are allowed to exercise their Second Amendment are only the AR-15 motherfuckers who show up to protest not being able to have haircuts and wanting to and not wanting to be bored anymore and wanting to party and go get fucked up at clubs and eat at restaurants and be gluttonous and greedy and prideful and lustful, right? All of these things that Christians aren't supposed to be, the 7 deadly sins. Those are a few of them, not 7, but you understand my point, right? So we know we're going to be met with force, unabashed force, whether or not we are inciting violence, whether or not it was a white supremacist who actually did it, whether or not it's undercover cops, whether or not, it doesn't matter what it is, you know? They don't want us to care. They don't want to care. So what I feel after watching Imani's live, because the Hood Healer, I don't know if you guys follow her or not, but if you don't and you want to protect yourself and be smart and be vigilant, especially if you're Black, because she's for the Black community, that's her purpose, is to elevate and to raise the consciousness of and to be a voice for her people. You know what I mean? Like, she's not there to fucking educate white people on how to be better allies. She's not there to educate POC about how to be better allies. She's not there to do that. She's there to educate, first of all, the spiritually conscious who are ready to up the fuck out of their magic game. And second, the people who need her and whose voice she is. You know, so, but listening and learning and absorbing is definitely good for everyone, but do not go onto her page asking. But yeah, so Amani's never led me astray. Like, every single one of her predictions has come is just real. Like, her predictions are very real and very accurate and very her purpose is divinely protected to protect us. So if you need help in how to navigate right now or how to feel more helpful, that's another resource that you can use. But basically, right now, we have to be smart. Because they're going to be violent. They've already proven that they are violent by nature. The very systems that they tote their guns from are violent. So we have to be smart. Because they're going to continue to be violent. If you are white and want to use your body to protest, do that. It's the least you can do after all. So yes, if you are a POC and you want to use your voice because you're and you're capable of being out there, I commend you. And okay, but I'm definitely not going to ask anyone to show up tomorrow physically, because where we need to really hit them is where they care. Because they don't care about our solidarity. They don't care about our holding hands and protesting and screaming, and they don't care. And I do it anyway. I don't give a fuck. I'll do it anyway. But we really need to be smarter about hitting them where it hurts and making sure that all this talk that we're doing with our pockets and our dollars. We need to divest. We need to divest from these corporations. All they do is sit back and laugh at us while we feel moved by each other's spirits. And I do not believe that our spirits and our resilience and our empathy and our love capacity deserves to be harmed in this process of getting to freedom. And it's still going to take people in the streets. And I'm not ever going to tell anybody what they feel they need to be doing. You do what you feel you need to be doing. But I will say that after hearing Imani speak and the Hood Healer speak and really meditating on those words, meditating on her words and really just reckoning with what it would mean, because I'm going to these protests with my little sister and her friends, you know? So for me, I'm like the adult in that situation because they're, freshmen in college. And I don't know if I feel comfortable knowingly putting them in a dangerous situation. That's how I feel now. Earlier today, I was riled the fuck up. I was like, let's go round 2. I'm ready to go. Because today, what I experienced was peaceful protest. What I experienced and what I saw around me was love and solidarity. There was no setting anything ablaze. There was nobody was there with that intention. You know what I mean? Every time that something kind of started to escalate, everyone would really de-escalate it and really come together to do it. So that's how I know that this was all just incited violence. Like it is provoked. We need to start moving in a way that where we protect each other and our vision and really organize and plan and plot for that vision. That's what's going to be the most important part of this process. Because we're going to lose a lot of people in the protests. Because again, they don't care about your life. They don't care about our lives. They don't care about our solidarity. They don't care about it. As much as it means to us, they don't care. Be mindful, because there's no need for us to be, us who actually want to see this world change, we have to be safe and protect each other and make sure that we are operating in a way that's sustainable for the people who really want to see a new world. You know, we need to organize and do strategic things that'll actually make them listen, because clearly this doesn't make them listen. That's all I'm noticing is like, it's like a performative thing where like they're excited to show up in their gear and excited to get filmed, you know, giving their gas. Like I can just feel that it excites them. And so in conclusion, I'm going to be helping do some food distributions tomorrow, but I'm not sure that I'm going to be going to the protests. I don't know yet. That my gut feeling right now, which is what I'm going by and what you should always go by, is your gut feeling. My gut feeling is telling me it's not safe. Amani's telling me it's not safe also. And I think that there's a lot to do. There's a lot of organizing to do if this is where we're at. There's a lot of shit that needs to get like done. So I'm gonna try to focus on doing a lot more of that as well. And I'm still going to be vocal, and I'm still going to be documenting everything that's going on. And if you don't fucking like it, honestly, just unfollow me at this point, because I don't give a fuck. People are fucking dying. And also, the people that are dying are the same people that you love to exploit.